Howdy y'all, Liam here, back with another video. So today we are back outside and we are going to be cooking chicken and a South African sausage called Boerewors. So if you didn't know, my mom's side of the family is from South Africa. So what we're going to do is we have our gas grill today. We're not going to use a Weber because it takes a bit too long. And we're a little bit on a time frame here. So we are going to open up the gas, turn on the grill, and let this go. It's gonna light in a second or two. There it is. Right there. So our barbecue has a little bit of a problem where it won't go super hot. I need to figure this out, check it out, find out why it's not going to its hottest potential. Normally, when you cook chicken, you want to go at a medium to high heat so you don't dry it out and cook it too quickly. So, my barbecue, putting it on high is like putting it on medium high on another barbecue, just because of the problem we have. So we are going to let this heat up, and I'll cut back to when I have it. Alright, while we are waiting for the barbecue to heat up, here, this is called Boerewors. This is the South African sausage. So I believe this one is the lamb Boerewors. And we're going to be seasoning the chicken with a South African barbecue spice. So in South Africa, a barbecue is called a braai, and so we're basically just having braai stuff tonight. So this barbecue spice is a South African spice, as well as the South African Boerewors that we have. Now it's clumping up. That's what this spice does sometimes. You gotta just give it a little shake and then it'll hopefully stop clumping up. But we're gonna spice the chicken, give it a good layer of spice. Hopefully barbecue will heat up pretty soon. We can give that a good rub in, pat down. Still needs a little bit more until it's completely coated pretty evenly. We don't want it to be a pile all on one part of the chicken. We want it to be pretty even. So we're gonna rub it on there nicely, pat it down into the chicken, make sure the chicken really absorbs the spice. And we're gonna flip it over onto the other side and season the other side. The seasoning, that's one of the most important parts about chicken, because chicken doesn't have as much natural flavor as a steak does. And this seasoning is just amazing. This seasoning can be used for steak, it can be used for chicken, it can be used for really anything. It can be used, yeah, just really anything. And the great thing I love about this is that there is absolutely no MSG or preservatives or artificial coloring or flavoring. So this is very good for your body. Very good. It is salty, yes, but every spice is going to be salty because salt is a base ingredient on a lot of spices. Right? So you can see spices and say, oh, this is healthy, oh, this one's not. But the spice factor, the salt factor, I'm sorry, is not going to be why it's healthy or not healthy. Because all spices are going to have salts in it. It's just a difference of whether it has MSG and artificial flavors or not. Alright, so we're done seasoning that. And I'm going to go wash my hands and go ahead and scrape off the braai and see what we're dealing with here. So I'll cut back to when I'm done. Alright, so as you can see on the lid here, maybe not, no, you can't see. But the temperature has jumped up significantly, and as you can see, you can't really see the flames. I should say, as you can't see, not as you can't see, because you can. And that's where, if it got as hot previously, you'd see the flames. Right now, you can hardly see them. Yeah, there's a few jumping up here and there, but there's hardly any. So most of the flames that you can see, they're just little. I'm just gonna roll up my sleeves just so I don't get any stuff on my arms. On my sleeves, my bad. So, yeah, this is really good meat that we're cooking here. In my last video, I got the comment that we should cook the chickens that were walking around in the background. So here's the chicken. May not be the one that was walking around in the back, but it is a chicken. So we are now going to go on with the chicken and lay that down right there. Lay that down right there. Give it a little pat down. This one. Lay down right there. Pat it down. And this one, we'll just take a good put to the back there. Alright, so now the chicken are on, and we are going to go in with the boerewors. So, Boerewors it's very good. You know, I'm not sure. Oh no, this one is all beef. So you can see there, it's in all beef. We have lamb as well, but this one is a beef. So it's a very, very nice sausage, basically. So we're going to put that one on there as well. This one, it's a skinny one. You can get skinny ones and thick ones, and this one is a skinny one. So we're going to uncoil it a little bit. We don't want it to fully uncoil, but just a little bit so that it's a bit more spread out. We don't want it to be fully bunched up together. We want it to give it a nice even, like that. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it go for a little bit. I'm going to close the lid, and I'm going to cut back in a few minutes after I've done cleaning up my workspace. Alright, see you then. So I have the tongs here, and as it is for most meat, you really do not want to flip it that much, and you really don't want to touch it that much either, especially with Boerewors, because it's like sausage, where if you poke it too much, it's going to pop the little bubbles. So I usually give it a little bit move around at the first start, then I put down the tongs, close the lid, and wait. I really don't touch it until it's ready to flip. So I'll come back to when it is ready to flip. Alright, so you can see here that it's starting to get a little bit more gray along the edges here, which means that it's starting to become ready to give it a little flip. So we'll try to get this under here all the way, so then we can flip it. And as you can see here, look at that. It's got really nice browning on the inside there, on the end that was touching the grill. Really, really nice browning. And that's what we're looking for with this, is getting it nice and brown, a little bit of a crust almost on the outside. Obviously we don't want it to be solid like a steak crust, but we want it to be browned like that. And so the chicken should also be ready to flip. As you can see, it's not sticking anymore to the grill. It is getting easy to flip. Really, the indication of whether it's ready to flip or not is the chicken sticking to the grill. That's one of the best easy ways to do it. So it'll be halfway done here, and as you can see, from touching it, it feels different from when you start off too. And that's how you can tell if the chicken is done or not. It feels different from when it starts, right? So I'm going to let this go a bit longer and check in back when I'm done. Right, so the borscht will be done a bit sooner than the chicken will. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the borscht, we're going to move the chicken over where the borscht was, and the borscht where the chicken was, because it seems to be getting hotter over here, where the chicken was because of the grease, or where the borscht was because of all the fat that fell down. So the flames are going to be rising here more. And I also turned the heat down a little bit, just so we could really not overcook the chicken, because with chicken it's important you get it just right, not overcooked or undercooked. With steak you can undercook it a bit, but chicken cannot, because you do not want to get salmonella, whatever it is. So this one will be ready to take off sooner than the chicken will be. So yeah, I think we'll get the plate out and then start to cook it, or start to take it off, my bad. Alright, so the borscht is ready to take off. As you can see, it's gotten to the point where it looks very nice on the outside, got a good crust. Oops, I broke it a bit earlier as I pinched down on it. So that's done. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to let the chicken go a little bit longer. We'll keep the heat down more, just so we can really get the internal cooked a bit more. We'll put the chicken around here, and yeah, we will cut back to when the chicken is ready to take off. Alright, so I think the chicken is just about done. One way that you can really know if the chicken is done is actually comparing it to your hand. If you take your middle finger and touch it to your thumb and you press it, that is what the chicken should feel like, right there. If it's done, then the chicken will feel the same as your hand will. And it feels about the same, so I'm going to take the chicken, looks very nicely cooked out here, and put it onto my plate here with the borscht inside. So we are done for today. We'll turn off the gas here, turn it off at the bottom as well, and I'll take it inside and clean off the grate, and then I will see you inside. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. We'll take our piece of chicken here. We'll take our prong and that, and then there we go. Nice and cooked evenly down the middle. Alright, so we'll give this up into little slices. It's still nice and soft, so not overcooked, but not undercooked either, which is perfect for chicken. So I think we did really good on this one. Alright y'all, that's the end of today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. But before we go today, I got two real quick things. One thing, I want to taste test this. In my last video, I didn't taste test the food before while on camera. So we got a piece of chicken right here. Let's see. That is a really good piece of chicken. It's got a nice crust on the outside. You can really taste the seasoning. It really all brings it together. But if I do say so myself, that was a really well cooked piece of chicken. Now let's try the borscht. Remember, this was not seasoned, just the way it came. Always tastes good. Borscht is so good, you don't even need to season it. That's how good it is. On its own, it tastes amazing. So, that's our cooking video for today. But before we go, like in the last video, I want to read a passage. So today, I'm going to be reading Matthew 7, verses 7 through 12. So it says, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks, the door will be opened. Which of you, if your son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, we'll give him a snake. If you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. For this sums up the law and the prophets. Alright, y'all. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.